Hello everyone, and welcome back to Munch Media, where today we are back with another podcast, and I am joined by Ralph.
Hello, that's me. I'm going to be saying farewell to Adventure Time, which has wrapped up its 10th season and is going to be gone for good.
Gone for good.
It's
and
sad.
Speaking of farewells, we are also joined by Arran today, but he has an announcement to make.
Yes. Before I get into my topic, I'm going to retire from the podcast. I may pop up now and again.
You're a loose cannon, Aaron.
Like an annoying rash, but
Annoying rash.
but for the time being, I shall be discussing a big shark movie.
Big shark movie.
Big shark movie.
By the name of
The Meg.
The Meg.
It's really how everyone should go out in life, is discussing giant shark films.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a market, so.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron's going out in life.
Okay, yes,
No,
sure.
I'm not going to
okay,
kill myself after
Yeah,
this.
after Aaron
Let's
leaves
put
the
it that way.
podcast, Ralph has just soiled his own plans. He had some assassination plans set
So
up.
I didn't I'm like a toddler. I didn't realize life existed outside of my peripheral vision of this podcast.
Yeah, today I will be talking about Dragon Quest XI, a new JRPG and I love it. We'll just leave it at that.
Juicy.
I love it.
Give me them slimes.
Yeah, them slimes, them cute ass slimes. I just want to beat them. Just want to
Oh.
beat them. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
slime beating aside.
People say video games make you violent.
Yeah, I know, crazy. Yeah, so I guess I'll just get straight into it. Dragon Quest XI just released yesterday. Today is the 5th of September, 2018, and yeah, it came out on the 4th. So it was kind of a surprise to me because I played a lot of Dragon Quest IX. The Dragon Quest, for people that don't know, is a long-lasting JRPG series, one of the first of its kind. First game came out in 1986, long-ass time ago, a long time before I was born, which is kind of funny.
I was really surprised how long it went back.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy is like one of the longest.
Yeah.
But didn't you say
Yeah, it's a year
it
older.
predates it?
It's a year
Yeah.
older.
That's super surprising.
It is. It's crazy. It was actually called Dragon Warrior, the first game, when it started out.
Oh wait, I think I've seen like the cover of the first game ages ago.
You
I'm
might
sorry,
have,
but
yeah.
that like rings a major bell. For
Yeah,
what it
Dragon
is.
Warrior. But I mean, they obviously realized, like, that's a
Yeah.
lame name. Dragon Quest. So they used another generic
Got to
RPG
be more
term.
about the adventure, son.
They were like, oh, Warrior's too generic in RPG. Let's use the word quest. No, it does make a lot more sense and sounds better, in my opinion. I mean, like, not everyone that plays it wants to be a warrior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. You don't want to get pigeonholed in your class, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Pigeonholed in your what?
Class, not ass. Class.
they're just assuming your class. Like, how dare they? This is 2018, goddamn.
Hybrid classes in every RPG now.
That's what Skyrim did. They just took classes out. They were like, fuck it. But yeah.
Baldur's Gate did it first.
Oh, okay. Man, speaking of old games, no, we're not going to go into that. Dragon Quest XI, everyone. It is beautiful. The first thing you'll see, very unique style, for a game anyway. It's basically Dragon Ball art. I mean, it is Dragon Ball art, because anyone that knows Dragon Ball, if they look at this, they'll be like, oh, this is a bit familiar. And that's because the artist from Dragon Ball does the art for Dragon Quest also, which is cool. And they both have dragon in the name. Maybe he likes dragons.
Is this
So
is
knows.
this
Very
his
nice art
thing?
style.
Yeah, maybe it's his thing. Who knows? But yeah, it's a very, very unique art style. You look at it and you're like, yeah, that's the one. And it looks really
that's
good.
a perfect art style. I love this art style. Boys.
Oh, it's perfect. Well, he obviously thinks so, because he's been doing it. I mean, Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest are both very old. I don't know if he's been doing it since the very start. Probably. But, yeah, he obviously loves that style. He's been doing it for a very long time. And it's very good now.
iconic, so.
Yeah. And it looks amazing in Dragon Quest. And the lighting in this game is, something to behold. So it came out on PlayStation 4 originally. And it was there wasn't like a localized version of the game. So, you know, like all the English stuff. I think you could play with English subtitles, but it wasn't like good English, if that makes sense.
It wasn't like translated properly.
Yeah, it wasn't properly localized.
It was like a Dark Souls game.
Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't even know it had come out because it was tailored for Japanese people, so I didn't even hear about it. Because I loved Dragon Quest IX. I played it on my DS. It's a pretty old game now. And that was the last one I played, because Dragon Quest X was an MMO, and it was region locked to Japan. So I never touched that. And my hype kind of died for the series, because I didn't even know if they'd be releasing another one. Because, if you bring out an MMO, you usually just keep working on that and don't release another one.
Something you bring out yearly. It's not like COD or something.
Yeah. I guess Final Fantasy did that as well. So maybe it's like a Japanese thing. Because obviously they brought out Final Fantasy 14 and then they made 15 the single player game. But yeah, Dragon Quest 11, a really, really amazing looking game to start off with, and it's very traditional in terms of gameplay. So very single player and linear gameplay, but
Nice.
in classic Dragon Quest style. It's all about like exploring the linear space you're in to find extra goodies and like gear up, like finding like random things in the ground and big red chests with cool loot in them on like rooftops and like
Nice.
behind trees and all that sort of stuff. And it's very story based, so you're basically just chatting to everyone and like learning about the world as you go, and the world's awesome. It's the cities are a big highlight. They're huge, like massive, and really awesome to look at. Like really, really nice to look at, because one, the game is amazing looking, and two, it's awesome. What were you gonna say, Ralph?
I was going to ask, are the cities still like linear, or are those like hub areas?
They're like hub areas, yeah.
Okay, cool.
They've got like shops and an inn where you can like stay and all that
Buy your
sort of stuff.
Pokeballs.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. Buy your Pokeballs, catch them all, sort of thing. No, there is kind of a collection tab, sort of. I mean, you don't catch Pokemon, but it's like a defeated monster list and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Sure, cool.
So there's like a reason to like fight every monster, but in this game, basically in old Dragon Quest, they made it very hard to avoid enemies, or at least in Dragon Quest 9, and I'm pretty sure in the other ones. So you'd like walk near an enemy and they'd like aggro onto you, but they were really fast. So like once they aggroed, like that's it. But in this game, they made it you can completely avoid enemies. And Dragon Quest is a sort of game where it's very tactical combat. So I'll talk about the combat real quick. It's turn-based combat, kind of similar to Pokemon, but you have a party of 4, and 4 people fight at once.
Sounds more similar to like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's more similar to Final Fantasy than Pokemon.
The JRPG formula.
I don't know anything about Final Fantasy, so I just didn't really want to make any.
It's confusing as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Story-wise. Okay, well,
there's a guy called Cloud. He has a sword. A thing happens. Apparently, Seven's really sad.
He has cool hair, right?
Very anime-ish.
There's lots of cool hair.
Yeah. Probably
They hang out with
jiggly
Disney
boobies
characters
as
a lot.
well, because that's a JRPG thing.
Yes,
yeah,
there's lots of
that's
scant costumes.
It's more
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but they hang out with the Final Fantasy bros.
Some people hate that, though. Some
Oh
people
yeah,
hate
no,
it.
that
fucking
literally
stupid.
puts people off
I
games.
think it's great. I think it's ridiculous at times.
And that's why you're leaving the podcast.
Yes. I'm
The
sorry,
truth
guys.
is
My
coming out.
radical opinions about my disagreeable backstage with Ralph about Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts has got me off this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Too radical, my opinions were.
Fuck you and your Donald Duck.
Donald Duck X Cloud, Ralph. Come on. You been want to see that? In fact, let me just search it up.
No,
right now.
no, do not type it into the
Probably.
internet. Do not type it into the internet. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
For Donald Duck X Cloud. Okay, I'm not going to search that.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to type that in. I don't want to know what kind of results come up.
Yeah, and that's on your computer forever.
Yeah. I mean, do that shit in the public library, dude. Don't let it trace back to you.
That's even worse.
That public
Jesus.
library, like before VPNs, you'd use the public library as a VPN. Oh man.
That's all old school I am.
That's funny. Anyway, combat system. Yeah, it's simple enough that it's like easy to get into, and it's complicated enough that you can change the tactics of like your front line, your back line. Like not every piece of equipment has an ability bound to it, but you can use, like, say you have like a flame sword, it usually has like a fire ability. So like
Sure.
you have attack, abilities, spells, and then items. So the difference between abilities and spells is abilities are, well, they're not magic. They're just like empowered stuff sort of thing. So say you're a martial artist, which isn't really how the classes work, but I don't know, just going off of it. You would, like, I think you'll have more abilities than spells. And then if you're a mage type character, you'll have more spells and abilities sort of thing. But yeah, so basically you play a hero. Wait, no, I'm still talking about the combat. I'm getting ahead of myself here. There's lots of boss battles. There's a lot of them. They're a big part of progressing in the story, and it's kind of like Pokemon in that way that you like kind of grind a little bit and then fight the boss.
Like the
to,
gym leaders.
Yeah, they're basically, it's like that, but they're a bit more cool than gym leader. They're big monsters.
Fuck you, Joe.
I'll accept
Fuck you.
that.
Big monsters and stuff. But yeah, it's really cool, and you don't need to grind because, like I said, you can avoid enemies in this, so you can. I don't know. It'll be different for everyone. If you're really good at the tactics and stuff, and you get a bit of RNG because there's like critical hits and this thing called Pep, which I don't actually know that much about yet. I think it's kind of random, and that just makes you stronger or something. But basically,
so it's a buff.
Yeah, it's a buff sort of thing. But basically, you don't always have to grind to like the perfect level. I mean, you can if that's your sort of style, and then like fighting bosses would be really easy because I mean you could just over level like crap, but that would take ages.
Yeah.
Or you can go in under leveled, and it'll be a really hard fight, but you can still win if you like use everything
smart enough.
well. Yeah, and you have like good gear which you can like buy or loot. So
good like synergies and stuff like that.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not that far into this game, but in Dragon Quest IX, from my knowledge, synergies were a big thing, and just like the party in general in this game is huge. So I think there's like 7 characters you get in total, including your own, and you basically, there's literally a mode in this where it's like a button called like talk to your party, and you can literally just have conversations with your party, which is kind of cool.
Sure.
So you don't scream into like the headset.
No, you don't do that.
You get buffed.
Yeah, no, that's not a feature, thankfully.
Aww.
But the Kinect tried that. I'm sure it did.
The Kinect, the most successful piece of hardware.
Yeah, a lot of. I remember it's like Skyrim did that. You could scream shouts, and it would. You could be the real Fushroda Dovaki. But
it's really like imprecise though.
Yeah, probably.
Really bad.
I imagine so. Because the mic they have on it's probably like toaster mic, so all the Kinect hears is and then it's like what one was that? I can't quite tell. But yeah, Dragon Quest.
No, this sounds cool. It sounds a lot like they're taking, well, not even taking, like because of its lineage, they're calling back to old school RPGs, which I kind of dig, especially with like being able to just stop and chat to your party at any point.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And being a fan of tactical combat. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on like JRPGs in general. I find them a bit like overly cheesy at points.
Yeah, I get that. I've heard that this one has a mix, so it does have the cheesy moments, but apparently it has some like really dark moments as well. So it's you think it's all cheery, and then it catches you off. It's like, whoa, dark times, and now you're like, whoa, maybe this isn't a game for 5-year-olds.
There's like an illegal slime petting zoo. Like, set them free.
And then they have this really long sequence that no one asked for, and have a bunch of really obvious messages about animal cruelty and unlikable characters, and ruins the whole movie, and everyone gets really sad. Wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
No, I think you're thinking of the right thing.
But yeah, Dragon Quest 11. It's such a huge game. They don't have DLC, and I think that's like, and they're not gonna, and I think that's a really good sign, because like they obviously aren't like taking content out of the game. Like it's a full game as soon as you buy it, sort of thing.
They're not dicing it up prior.
Yeah, there's not like pretty much every single player game has DLC, and it's kind of sad. And like, I'm not saying that every game that has DLC takes content out, because like I don't know, The Witcher for example, there's no way that what was it, Blood and Wine? There's no way that was in the game to start with. They were just
their expansions were totally added.
Yeah, they were huge.
There's like a couple of the free DLC things that they put out
they
initially
probably
that were definitely like cut stuff, but it wasn't like vital. It was just like cool extras.
So like that makes sense, but a lot of games like really obviously cut their content to have DLC, which sucks.
It's horrible, but I mean it makes sense from a business standpoint, but
It does if you do it properly, but then you get cases like Mass Effect 3 where they literally took out the thing,
the ending. The thing that made the ending good.
They took out, it was the Leviathan DLC, which came out like 6 months later.
That's what affected the ending, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was like the entire setup for how that game ends.
Yeah,
and they took it out so you could pay for it later, and it's like, okay, no, that's actually like properly scummy.
Yeah,
and like obviously that ruined a lot of like that trilogy's legacy.
Yeah, not enough though, because it was that good that it wasn't enough to take it down, but it shouldn't have happened, and it's very sad that it did.
True,
because it could have been
Mass Effect Andromeda and everything died.
Yeah, that's a story for another day, but because that's a long one, and I'm sure Ralph has many words. or basically no words, because he doesn't even want to talk about it because it will make him sad.
You can't really see this, but I'm just sort of shaking my head and looking at the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, Dragon Quest. Oh, the music. Before I wrap this up, because I'm not right. So don't get me wrong. Right, it released yesterday. I've been busy. I've not played that much, but I've played enough to get the basics and like see all the little features and stuff. But not experience the whole game. But so this is a kind of a first impressions like chat, just to clear that up. But the music in this game, the music in all the Dragon Quests, I mean, it's like some like beastin' Japanese composer who like just knows what he's doing. He's been around. It's so like the art and the music are done by like these, golden oldies that just know.
The composer is Kyoichi Sugiyama.
Yeah, see, that guy that I didn't know, but it's amazing. The music's amazing. Like, it's a full orchestra. Like, you're sitting there and your ears are like just.
So it's even
dancing.
more similar to Final Fantasy in that front. Not that I'm saying it's
rip
off or anything. I mean,
it's just their culture, isn't it? Yeah, it's just their culture. It obviously works, and it works with me. Like, the cutscenes are beautiful, the angles they get, and there's a kind of a screenshot mode. It's like a first person mode sort of thing. It's okay. It's no No Man's Sky screenshot mode, but it's better than nothing, that's for sure. Also, you can tell it was a game meant to be played in third person, because when you go up really close to things in the camera mode, you're like, ugh.
Oh, sure. Yeah, texture is maybe not the best up close. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was kind of we'll put this in because why not? So I respect that, because it wasn't designed to be like that, but it's pretty gross zooming in on things. So,
hey, I'm looking up this composer now.
Yeah.
And since 2003, he has solely worked on Dragon Quest games.
Oh, there you go. The dedication.
But he composed the first one and has composed every single one of them.
Golden oldie, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh, that makes sense why like this one feels so much like it's got a strong lineage to it.
Yeah, I mean that's what Dragon Quest goes for. They know that the fans just want Dragon Quest.
The composer was born in 1931. Wow.
He's old.
Sorry, I got really distracted by this Wikipedia article.
He's old.
Shut it down.
He's an old guy. How old is he then? Holy shit.
80. Hang on. No, hang on. 7. Okay. 90 something. He's like 90.
What a legend. See, I'm sitting here listening to his music, so I actually have it open in the background, and it's one of those games.
Joe, turn it off. We're trying to
tab out. Oh no, it's very quiet. It's quite soothing, actually. Quite. I'm chilling. It's quite.
He's 87.
Sad. I don't know. He's 87. Okay, well, when I said he was a golden oldie, definitely a golden oldie. But anyway, yeah, Dragon Quest XI. I suggest it, especially if you like JRPGs. If you don't, look at some videos. Get a feel for the game. It is out now, so there will be a lot more content, and not just from like actual reviewers and stuff with embargo, but
totally.
like actual stuff. And I love it. I really do. It's amazing. You guys should check it out.
This week, a long-running children's TV show called Adventure Time came to an end after running for 10 seasons for about 10 years. Have either of you guys watched it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe
I used
too
to
much.
quite like it back in the day. Didn't
I-
watch it consistently.
Yeah, well, I technically didn't watch it like in order and stuff, but I watched a lot of
Yeah,
it,
sure.
and a lot of it is gone from my memory because it's like a hyperactive thing, right? So in the moment you're like, "Wow, this is crazy," and then the next day you're like,
Oh, it's
Yeah, totally. No,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
kinda
children's.
remember that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a children's TV show. It's fair to like
Yeah.
grab your attention for a few minutes. You know, episodes are
Yeah.
normally like 11 minutes long.
the
or-
characters. That's what
Yes.
you remember because they're cool and
They're bloody
yeah,
great.
They are.
But yeah, that's kind of why I wanted just to kind of mention it, really. Like, I'm kind of the same as you. I never watched the whole thing religiously, but everything I saw of it, I enjoyed greatly. And I think it is worth kind of tipping our hats to 10 years of what is maybe like one of the best children's TV shows around. Not just for children, but like also like it's something parents can also enjoy. It's something that teenagers can enjoy. It's definitely something that like a lot of people I know who really like the drugs enjoy. Anyone can enjoy it.
yeah,
I can see why they.
Yeah.
But I think it is cool just because of how like out there it is.
Yeah, totally. It kind of it's a show that like really embraced the more psychedelic stuff. Had like a really amazing setting. Like you don't really find many or like any children's TV shows which are based like after the Earth has had a nuclear war and like everything's mutated horribly. But
I remember when I first saw it as a kid, I wouldn't say hated it, I just really didn't like it. Because of how weird it was like a complete break from normality.
Oh wait, shit! Did you actually watch this as a child?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. Like I remember.
Oh
like,
my god,
the
that
first
broke
and
my
second-
when
brain
did
a
it
bit.
come out? I don't even
It's
remember.
been
Initially.
out for years.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Then yeah, I also watched it as a child.
Oh yeah, that's breaking my brain a bit.
Breaking your brain a bit.
Really?
It's
I mean,
funny.
yeah, I mean,
it's funny
I
how
started watching
fast
when I was like
we grow
19.
up.
That's weird.
Breaking your brain, Barry.
Breaking my brain a bit. But no, I think it's a really, really, really great show. Created by Pendleton Ward.
Who's the artist?
Pendleton Wards. Oh.
The artist.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Pendleton Ward works in it a little bit. Oh god, this is awful. I can't remember like the main person who does all the artwork for it.
Yeah. The reason I know him is because
Oh shit.
you can pay him to make you album art.
What? Really?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he
That's a bit
he has
was.
like a public like commission sort of thing. It
Are they
probably costs
expensive?
loads. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Hundreds
they'll
of
cost.
thousands.
you know,
cost
you
a
could be
lot
like
now.
a little indie dude that doesn't have much money or not much coverage, I guess, but a lot of money,
Mhm.
and you can just pay him, and he'll make you You can be like, oh, the Adventure Time guy did my art, so that's pretty sick.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty sweet.
It is.
But yeah, no, like everything about the way the show looks is fantastic and completely unique. Just the way like everything kind of warps in weird ways, and it's very like bright and vibrant and colourful.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell that it's inspired a lot of television in the time it's been out,
Really?
and not only television, but like a lot of internet culture.
Oh,
Like
I'd agree with you there.
Yeah, totally. Like
Cartoon
a
Network as a whole is kind of inspired. a lot of
absolutely, but
internet
like I
culture.
can't think of outside of like stuff that's from like the 90s. I think like Adventure Time is maybe the most well-known thing at the moment.
Well, I think it's on par with a lot of stuff because you've got Gravity Falls. That's like a massive hit.
Yeah.
You've also
Steven
got, like, a
Universe
lot
is huge.
Yeah, that's a lot of like more modern.
regular
stuff. You've
show. As well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steven Universe is the same people.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
that
it
makes
kind of
sense.
kind of makes sense, but like
It
that's
does.
moved on and like be the thing.
Yeah, I think it's like I want to say it's the most popular at the moment. Steven Universe. Pretty sure
You've got
it is.
There's another really similar show, although I've only seen like snippets of it called Star, versus the forces of evil, and it's like the exact same art style. And I think,
well, I mean,
the
like
writing's similar.
this is kind of the thing, is you can look at a lot of television that it inspired, and like for example, I cannot imagine that like Rick and Morty would be a thing without Adventure Time blowing up the way it did.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
in fact, I used to confuse them. I used to think that Rick and Morty was like on Cartoon Network, and it was like a similar ilk to fucking Adventure Time.
Sure. But yeah, like I would quite like it if a lot of other TV networks took lessons from Adventure Time, not just in terms of having the really out there art style and, you know, the super fun and catchy music, but as Joe was saying earlier, the characters. Like, I'd love to see other children's shows or other sort of cartoons pay as much attention to their characters and embody so much in them, because that's like the other reason why I admire Adventure Time a lot as a TV show, is so many of those characters, like, they aren't just there to entertain children, they also imbue like a lot of extremely helpful lessons to them. And not in like the pure educational way of like, let's learn what numbers are, but far more like existential. And far more personable. Like there's so many episodes in Adventure Time that deal with like anxiety.
I think that's why it's found success with like an older audience as well.
Yes, a lot of people going through midlife crisis looked at this and said, "Okay."
I've just pictured like a big 40-year-old bald guy being like, "Oh, the show gets me," you know.
I mean, I fucking cried at the episodes with Ice King realizing he was horribly alone. So like, yeah,
it is a great show for that, I must say. Like,
yeah, it's I think it's something really special, and it will be missed, missed dearly.
Oh, I'd imagine so. I'm very surprised it's actually wrapping up, because of how successful
all things have to end eventually, right?
But I mean, I suppose, like, how long is it going to go on for? Like another 10 seasons and just like lose quality?
I mean, imagine being the writing team and having to come up with like, okay, so episode 5,000, like just going crazy because you're just like, we have to do something.
The only thing worse I could imagine working on is The Simpsons.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, that's kind of what happened. Like if The Simpsons had like finished on like season 12 or like season 11 and taken a 10-year break and come back, like that would still be one of the greatest TV shows ever made.
But it's like a juggernaut. It's like so much money is made off The Simpsons. Even now, I'm sure it's still quite
totally.
successful.
But like you can tell that everybody involved in that show has been.
Oh, it's so stagnant now.
Yeah,
I think like everything's been played out, and some of the newer stuff. I know it's probably kind of like a common thing to bash on the newer stuff, but I mean, like how much can you do?
But it's. I mean, in a way, it's almost the same thing as like a long-running soap opera. It's just like there's that constant thing of trying to keep it fresh, but also having your old viewers engaged, and it's just it's just impossible. Like the moment you get to like 15 years of doing something, it's impossible. You should move on to something else.
I think they're taking it a little bit more extreme. I mean, from like EastEnders has always been pretty tame. I say that, but like now we've got murders and stuff going on all the time, and I think just to try and keep it like fresh and reinventive.
Yeah. I mean, like they're always trying to push the boundaries of like what's a little bit shocking or what's a little bit more adult. But you know, they like the moment you run. I mean, the advantage to a soap opera like that is they have a continuous revolving cast of characters. Yeah, so like every few years they switch everyone up.
Yeah, but there's like, I mean, surely they must have like went down every road and highway. Like, how many affairs can you have? How many murders? How many alcoholics, drug addicts? I don't know. I'm probably being a bit short-sighted here.
12 a year. That's my guess. My guess is 12 a year.
Yeah, but still, maybe if Albert Square like blew up or like partially or set on fire.
I mean, they've definitely exploded it a couple of times.
Oh, of course, they had the fucking pub fire with Peggy years ago. Yeah, I don't know why I remember that. It's probably because Peggy was such a massive character, just on TV in general.
Oh, have you heard about Peggy getting a pub blown up on the TV last night? I have, Dorian. It was wild. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, a lot of fucking old ladies sounding like that on the bus during that time period.
Yeah. And then she came back only to die off, or be killed off in the show, like officially die, which was a bit of a shame. But I mean, probably garnered a little bit of viewership.
Everyone's got to retire at some point,
even if it is to hell. Anyway.
Yeah.
God, how did we get on from Adventure Time to
long running series? But no, it's long running series. But yeah, no, I just wanted to give a little shout out to the characters. But yeah, little shout out to BMO, Ice King.
Oh,
Finn.
BMO. I've never heard someone call him that.
What do you call him?
BMO.
Well, yeah, BMO. Yeah, sure.
BMO.
BIMO.
Yeah, it's not that funny, Joe, but it's a little bit funny that you call him that.
Did you guys have a favorite? I mean, I know that we don't all like watch religiously here.
Ooh, I've always really loved. I really like the Ice King, but mainly just because of how he like interacts with people.
He's I'd say he's pretty cool, and he has like an interesting.
He's definitely an interesting character.
Of like the main ones, he's probably the dude. Marceline's also really good.
I really like Flame Princess. I don't know why.
Design wise, or is there like something that happens to her in the
she's
story?
just really chill most of the time. She like just becomes like a princess. Like there's an episode where Finn goes to see her in the Fire Kingdom. She's just in her jammies. I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. She's in her jammies. She's a Flame Princess in her like Lava Kingdom. She's in her jammies.
Oh hell yeah!
Actually, looks like hell. Her kingdom
jammies
look like hell.
See, yeah, but that's another reason to like Adventure Time. It's just like, hey, just some nice people hanging out sometimes. It doesn't have to all be drama and excitement. Just hang out with some nice people for a while.
Yeah.
I think because it's like it does that instead of like big grand adventure where we need to. Well, it still does that, but the way it goes about it is pretty like crazy.
It's like fairly effortless for show. Like nothing feels super forced in it. It all feels like. It all feels quite smooth, natural for like as natural as a cartoon world can be.
Yeah.
But no, it will be missed greatly, and
for sure,
we will also miss our dear friend Arran, who's here to tell us about sharks.
It sounds like I'm like being picked up by a UFO or something after this, and I'm never going to be seen again. So, the Meg came out, and I saw it, and I thought I'd regret it and request a refund straight afterwards. But no, to my surprise, it was a pretty good movie. Only because I laughed at it so much. How badly they did certain things.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, like it took itself way too seriously, and it was so funny at points.
Yeah.
I think I said to you, Ralph, there were like some really serious scenes. Characters would be killed, people would be eaten. You'd have Jason Statham being like, "Oh, we gotta kill the shark," and then people would just burst out laughing. especially whenever the word megalodon was mentioned. It was great.
Oh yeah, it's just a funny word.
Yeah, so megalodon. And
is it funny because I mean you've said you left it because it was like some of it was so badly done, but do you think is it possible that it knows that it's stupid, so it's just playing everything super straight faced to get a laugh?
I think it genuinely takes itself like really seriously at times, and it's almost like the comedy relief moments are from another movie, like a parody.
Okay, sure.
Something like Scary Movie or like Disaster Movie, something along those lines.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, it is that weird and stupid at times, but it does do a lot of stuff right though. I must say, I think that's probably why it owes its something that has helped it be so financially successful, because it's not complete and utter trash. Okay. Like I must say, the movie does look very, very nice. It had a budget of like 150 million, I think. So definitely nothing to sneeze at. And like the production sets, like the underwater base and stuff, was absolutely beautiful.
That sounds good. When did it come out? Just because I don't know.
It's only been out for like a few
like a couple weeks or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've
Okay.
definitely seen it on the side of a bus, like an
Yeah, if
advertisement.
if you've seen a giant picture of a shark anywhere recently, Joe, it's probably
That'll be
this.
it. Yeah.
They had a really good trailer as well. In fact, that's why most of my friends went to see it. And I thought, okay, it's good trailer. That's the point of it, though, to try and promote the film. What about the actual film? It looks awful. So what? Jason Statham is going to fucking chase around a giant megalodon. People are going to be eaten, and then he's going to kill it and save the day.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, what the fuck was her voice? He doesn't sound anything like that.
I know.
Jason.
It's just the way Aaron said his name. He didn't put on
Sorry.
that voice, but he went Jason Statham.
I didn't mean to say it stupidly.
It sounded funny. I liked it.
All
Should
right,
get on
they
a
call me the
t-shirt.
transporter. I'm here to fight this shark.
So
I need
it's
to
like-
transport this megalodon in a fucking Eddie Stobart truck. I don't know why he said
You really think a shark's gonna stop me, Jason Statham?
I'll eat
I've
the
been on the
shark.
fucking Expendables, mate.
Oh, brilliant.
I've had to work along Sylvester Stallone. I can fucking fight anything.
I think
I
I
love
saw,
Jason Statham.
I saw a tweet after I saw it because I was looking for some Meg stuff, and it was something along the lines of someone said, okay, why don't we get 100,000 people to surround and beat up Jason Statham? And I don't know
Oh,
why.
well, that seems harsh.
No, it was...
Also, I don't think that would work.
No, the 100,000 people would be annihilated, probably.
He's
I think-
very strong. I don't like that person. Nobody should threaten Jason Statham. He's a bloody national treasure.
No, I think they were just joking about how strong he was in the Meg or whatever. Without spoiling it, he kind of
I don't-
rides the shark.
I don't think you have to worry about spoilers for a fucking giant shark
Oh, yeah.
movie, my dude.
Well, I don't know. Some people.
yeah, you
might-
never know. You never know.
Has a market. That some of the CGI was awful at parts though. Like for a $150 million budget film, I'm pretty sure it's $150 million, but
Mhm.
it did look a bit sloppy in places. There was this one scene where you got this character who owns the sea base, and he's money bags. You all work for me. You're expendable. Fuck you all.
Sure.
So what was it? There's a scene where he's going after the megalodon. He's got explosives and shit. He's got guns, and then what was it? The Meg starts to. Oh, that sounds so stupid. The big fucking shark goes towards the boat, and they speed it up, and the guy falls off, and he's like, "Come back, you idiots!" And then he fucking grabs onto this whale's corpse. The Meg starts coming towards him, and then suddenly it takes a giant bite out the whale, and it's like, oh, thank God, I'm alright. Oh no. And then suddenly it just comes back up and fucking rips him off, and you see his hand, and it looks so bad, but it was so funny at the same time.
Wow.
It's so generic, but it's great.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, it's a giant shark movie. Of course,
Yeah.
it's generic.
But
No, I'm glad there is a big evil businessman involved because they're always in disaster movies and they always get their comeuppance at some point.
yeah.
By any chance is Jason Statham a divorced dad who's not very good at being a
Wow. Yes, he is. In fact, he saves
Yeah.
his ex-wife. I don't think he has a
dad?
kid.
Of course.
But it's really weird because I thought, oh, okay, he's obviously going to get back with the ex. I mean, he literally saves her from a fucking megalodon, hundreds of feet, down in
That's
the sea.
how I pick up my woman.
And then this stupid love story, just comes out of nowhere where he fancies this Asian woman who I'm not being racist or anything, but some of the Asian actors were fucking terrible. No, the acting as a whole, apart from Statham, was pretty bad. So not to single them out, but
No, they're pop stars.
yeah,
It's the thing Hollywood does now is they bring in Chinese and Korean mainly Chinese pop stars who are trying to break into
Oh, of
acting.
course.
And then they
That's
use
hilarious.
those
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they use it. It happens loads. It's been a shit ton of films recently, but yeah, it's how you market films, Hollywood films in Asia now. Is you
Well-
bring in popular Asian pop stars.
That
I
does
mean,
make sense.
most of its money has come from Asia, or China.
it's a co-financed film between a Chinese production company and an American one.
Yeah, that makes so much sense now. But honestly, the fucking acting. It's like, oh, it's a megalodon, and then it eats someone, and then they're just like, oh no, all right, whatever, let's go. Like literally, like the bit where I was talking about evil moneybags nearly getting eaten, he's just like, oh, this is a mild inconvenience. I was nearly eaten by a shark, but oh, where are my guys? And then of course it gets eaten anyway.
Well, I mean, if they were playing it, to a more real life kind of approach to acting, they would just be cowering in a corner and like crying and trying to understand how this happens and why giant monsters exist.
Yeah.
It would be a horrible film to watch.
I think the reason why I liked it so much is because it does that badly. Like, people just brush it off as if it was like a wasp or something. Like, oh, it's gone, never mind. And then of course it comes back up and it kills a bunch of people, and then they just go back to, all right, whatever, we'll kill it at some point when we can be bothered.
Got a question to ask, because this is always my favourite thing in movies about giant sea monsters. Is there ever like a really, really, really stupid reason they have to stay in the ocean?
Well, the sea base kind of like goes down or whatever.
Okay, sure.
There's like a problem with electricity or whatever. This is when the Moneybags goes out to try and kill the shark himself. And it's also due to, like, he's worried about getting sued. He's like, oh, for every person left alive on that base, like, it's potentially another lawsuit. So basically he tells them to stay put, and he's like, I'll alert the authorities. He doesn't, then he dies. And then they all go to this beach to, like, kill the shark once and for all and save all the people at the beach. So,
yeah, sounds like a shark movie.
Yeah, pretty generic, but it's great at the same time. I'm just glad I wasn't bored at all, because I was either laughing or just staring awkwardly at the people beside me. Like, why did that happen?
Well, I mean, hey, that sounds like a fun time, my dude.
Yeah, definitely. It's something you could watch when you were drunk and just have a whale of a time.
I can watch anything when I'm drunk and have it. Fuck you.
Yes. I bet you didn't see that coming.
Oh, there's no end.
No, forgive me, I'm just a bit salty.
Oh, God, guys.
God. You are the physical manifestation of my hatreds. That was a bit too complex.
Yeah.
Manifestation. Nah,
I think you've haddock with these jokes.
yeah. Wait, was that a no.
Haddock.
I didn't hear you say haddock.
Right, I'm gonna save everyone,
Sinker.
including myself, by stopping this pun.
You're gonna
contest.
wave everyone.
No.
God.
I feel like ending the podcast now is a bit like jumping the shark. Like, we should definitely have a proper farewell to Arran.
Yeah.
As we see him off on his voyage.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Where is your
I
voyage
regret
gonna lead
this.
you, Aaron?
Probably out the window in a moment.
Yeah.
No, I'm probably, since I've got like a part-time job, mainly do some boring stuff, like focus on that. But I'm hoping to do some stuff, genuinely get underway with some stuff once my computer's fixed.
Is it media related?
Yes, it is media related. It's not porn. It's not anything weird I can't talk about. I'm
thank
not
God.
dying.
Sounds a lot like he's going to make some.
Yeah, I had some worries, and you increased them.
Oh well, got some college mates lined up in there.
Ugh.
It's a lot of money, I suppose.
Aaron,
Sure.
what are all these shark costumes you've been ordering on Amazon?
Oh damn it! Sorry, I used the official Munch Media Amazon account. And you must have seen all the shit I put on my wish list. Octopus.
You forgot to change accounts.
Yes.
Caught you.
What are all these dead octopus for? Oh, God, this is
Mm.
getting pretty creepy. I better exit stage left.
Exit stage left. Well,
Before this results in a lawsuit.
yeah. This has been a bit of a weird podcast, hasn't it? It's been
Say that again.
It's been a bit of a weird podcast.
JRPGs to Adventure Time kids programs.
Yeah.
To from shark movies.
Shark
and
movies.
to porn.
And
So,
and Aaron's departure. And I think, like, we were talking about this, it's been kind of a dry period for media.
Do you know where it isn't dry?
Oh god, here we go.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
But yeah, no, it's been a pretty dry period for media. Bit of a media drought. So
Yeah. It is all popping off in like the next month, though.
Yeah, especially for games. It's game season, baby.
Yeah, game season, movie season's winding up for some pretty alright albums dropping soon. So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on all that stuff now that the summer drought is coming to a close.
Yeah. And us keeping an eye on that will be you guys keeping an eye on that, because we update you on all that stuff. So
yeah, we'll be fishing for the hot scoops.
Yeah.
I've just been sitting here trying to think of a fucking like water sea pun, and you come in with God damn it, Ralph.
No, honestly, it's a bit of a reef. It's a bit of a reef. It's a bit of a reef.
Don't worry.
Reef.
We know where you're going.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, and on that note, we will.
Yes, I was baited into that one.
Aaron, what's your last goodbye for the Munch Media listeners? What would you like to say? You've got one more message.
Oh God, one message. What's the most important thing I could possibly construe to our audience?
Clean your teeth.
Floss.
Floss. Just floss, everyone.
Floss.
Wait,
floss.
no, because
not the dance. No.
No, Aaron, you've soiled it. You're gonna be the floss guy.
A new generation of millennials has arisen.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, you've actually.
Pun intended. I'm so sorry.
And with that, everyone, that'll be us wrapping up this week of Munch Media. Munch Media will not be the same without Aaron, and there will be many updates coming out in the near future.
I mean,
Ralph,
you can always
editor,
read an article or two, Ralph.
Yeah, totally.
Or eyes.
Yes, exactly. Aaron will still be around, just not.
Yes, not in the same.
Not
capacity.
in the same way. Yeah. So
hopefully
Ralph,
I'll come back with my weird porn.
editor, man, we need some sad music here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna be editing this one again for the first time in a while, guys. Don't know if you've missed me. Probably not, because Ralph's good at his job now.
Yeah, I've got it down to a formula, but yeah.
No pay rise.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
But yeah, no,
I
seriously.
will still compose the sad music for you.
Yeah. So everyone, get out your no sea pun here.
Your sea cucumbers.
No.
Your scallops.
Okay, I think we're fucking running out, because I'm literally just looking at a giant list of every single type of fish known to man, and I'm
You're struggling.
You cheat. You salty sea landlubber. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's kind of a.
All right, everyone. This has been Munch Media. I've been Joe.
Aaron, and I'm shipshape.
I've been Ralph, and I'm gonna read about a Colorado squawfish because I don't know what that is.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Probably next week. Should be next week. Goodbye.